welcome to this week's episode of Cooking with Connie. Well, this week we're going to do some roasted nuts. Now, a lot of people kind of feel intimidated about roasting nuts, but this is super simple. So what I started with are a variety of different kinds of raw nuts. So we've got cashews, we've got macadamia nuts, we've got almonds, pecans, and walnuts. All right. Now these are all raw. They have nothing added to them. So I put a cup of each one of them in my bowl here, and then I'm going to mix up what I'm going to coat them with. So we're going to kind of do a sweet, cinnamon type flavor on it. So I'm going to use a half a cup of my monk fruit allulose syrup. This is a maple flavored syrup with the monk fruit allulose. No, I'm sorry. This is just allulose. There's no monk fruit in this. I lied. All right, so we're going to put, I've got a half a cup of coconut oil in here already that I've melted. So put that in there. So you could use another kind of fat. I thought about using avocado oil, but I went ahead and went with the coconut oil because I do like that. I'm going to put a teaspoon of cinnamon. We're going to use a little coconut, and I mean a little. This only takes a fourth of a teaspoon of coconut extract in here. I've got my oven heating to 300 degrees because when you roast, you're going to do that at a low temperature. And then we're going to put a teaspoon of our vanilla extract in it. And then we're going to use 2 tablespoons of our golden monk fruit. So basically I just took a traditional recipe and I did my little tweaks to it and ended up doing this sugar-free version of it. Now, we're going to put some salt, but we're going to wait until after we roast the nuts to use our sea salt. Because remember, we like to use our sea salt to give us some extra minerals and stuff, and nuts are a really nutritious way to snack. But just remember, I always tell my people, a handful, not a canful. So when you're doing the nuts, you want to make sure, I would probably even put them in individual bags, and that way you're not tempted to just sit there and continue to eat them, because these are going to be really delicious. So I've got all that mixed together, and I'm just going to pour that over my nuts. And then we'll toss all that together. And then I've got a parchment lined cookie sheet over here. So you want to get them nice and coated. And then with that slow 300 degrees, we're going to bake that for 30 minutes. And about every 10 minutes, I'll take that out and kind of stir it a little bit. It just kind of helps get everything coated and keep it that way during the roasting process. So I'm just going to pour this on here and spread it out as thin as you can. Don't throw your nuts on the floor though. Make sure we get all the good stuff out of there. And if you're one that likes something spicy, you could add a little extra spice to it. Maybe put some cayenne seasoning or something like that on it. So you could do a lot to make the nuts the way you want them. So I'm popping this in the oven at 300 degrees. And we will come back when these nuts have been finished. See you in a little bit. Okay guys, here we are after 30 minutes, and these, we've let them cool down. I've kind of stirred them as they cool down too to make sure everything gets coated well. We sprinkle just a little bit of sea salt, not a whole lot on there, just to give it just a little bit of salty, sweet flavor. These are really good. This is an easy way to do your nuts. Make up a batch of them, store them in an airtight container, then you'll have them. You want just small servings of them because you could sit here and just probably eat the whole thing because they are really yummy. But stop buying the mixed nuts, make your own. You can put whatever you want in here. Remember, each of these nuts are going to have different nutrient blends in it, so that's why having a group of mixed nuts is just going to give you a little bit more of a nutrient-dense snack. So this is this week's Cooking for Connie. How about Cooking with Connie? And remember, like, share, subscribe. We're getting those subscribers up there. We need more of you to send your friends to us so that they can learn how to make all these delicious treats that are nutritious too. So remember, this week, make some good choices, and we'll see you next week on Cooking with Connie.